introduces a new paradigm of the Scholar Warrior mindset. A true scholar must think like a warrior, and a warrior must act like a scholar. Only then, when these two worlds merge, we can create leaders that India truly needs. But before we discuss the solutions, let us first acknowledge the pressing challenges that are pertaining into today's education system. And to understand them better, we will look at some hard facts. First one, the overemphasis of engineering and medical without true career awareness. Problem number two, the absence of leadership and innovation in India's workforce. Next up, the lack of emotional intelligence, leading to underdeveloped professionals. Next up, fourth problem, the weak self-study culture and over-dependence upon the tutoring. Fifth problem, physical fitness and discipline are neglected in the Indian education system. Now, these are the challenges that we reflected on. What about the solutions? How to overcome them? A visionary, a leader, and an educationist, and a true patriot, please join me, everyone, in welcoming Lieutenant Colonel Ranjit Singh Nalawade to address us today.
Words can be deceptive at times. Please don't go by her high, intense vocabulary. I'm a humble human being, but the problems are real. If we have to develop Shrestha Bharat, the future generation has to come up with a leadership that is a scholar and has got a warrior mindset to deal with. If we have to create a Baladya Bharat, we have to have defense forces who has technological edge over the weapon systems and also the mindset of the soldiers of other countries. The mindset has to begin with a scholarly attitude into the warrior. When we analyze the issues what our country is facing, as was brought out by Siddhi, that our neighboring nation who started his journey with us, China, and of course the European countries, where they are and where we are right now, the difference which we see or the root cause which we see is nothing but the education system. So we can see two problems or two clear verticals here now. The first vertical here is our school and college system. And the school and college system emphasizes on wholesome education, but doesn't address the issue of competitive spirit or competitive preparedness which is desired by ambitious parents and students. Now this ambition has transformed into a culture, and that is where the peer group pressure comes in. And that is why, as we brought out, the most of the young generation goes behind only 2 to 3 career options, which has become a huge market. Now this competitiveness or the requirement of creating competitive students to crack examinations like IIT, NEET, IAS, IPS, National Defence Academy, or exams in other field needs to be prepared by the school, which is not being done by them. So a vacuum was created. Now this vacuum has been backed by the private industry, and there are intelligent minds in that. But what has happened is, a student at the age of 11 or 12 enters into this vertical of creating a young generation which prepares for exam but not for life. So from class 6 to class 12, this student is preparing for exam and primarily prepares for 2 to 3 subjects or 4 subjects. That is moreover design on physics, chemistry, mathematics and biology. Now where does he go? He goes to top-notch institutes in the country. From there where he goes to the various sectors of executives, industry, media, MNCs, startups, entrepreneurship, and there where we see a collapse because we have not created a society or a young generation which is based on PQ, IQ and EQ. He's just been developed or he's just been made successful based on preparation of these 4 subjects. So hence people like us have come on ground now. I'll give you a small example. A student in class 10 came to my office. He had scored 97.6% in class 10, a Marathi background student, and I was requested by Dr. Srinivas Patil, the then governor, to guide that student to join National Defence Academy as an officer. I gave him 2.5 hours brief. After 2.5 hours brief, that poor chap asked me a question, sir, now that you have guided me to join as an officer, please guide me how to join as a Jawan also. Imagine a situation where your 97.6 percentile scored student doesn't have confidence to join as an officer in defense forces. And that is the real situation on ground. Though our kids are so capable, yet because of lack of guidance, lack of proper education system, they are not able to achieve what they are supposed to achieve.